In the previous video, we have migrated a device, demo 1, which is a simple case of device migration from Legacy Helium Console to Chirpstack Helium Console. Now we are going to migrate the device demo 2. This device demo 2 is a bit different because it has an integration. This integration is HTTP. So we are going to make this migration. Previously, we have things that we can go to Chirpstack, we can go to Migrate from Legacy, and we get a wizard. In this wizard, we set the API key we have created, watch the previous video for things that, and we connect to access the information. We see that we have 3 devices that can be migrated. It's because we have already migrated one and it's not active. So we have 3 devices active. So we have 3 devices and we want to migrate the device demo 2, and demo 2 has no label. So we are going to select that we want to migrate device without a label. So we have one device like this. And this device have an integration. So it uses an integration. Let's check what integration it is. Go into the flow and we have integration 2. So we want to migrate and configure integration 2. So we're going to select this integration. We have no decoder function for that device. So we select none and function is ready. Now we are going to migrate to demo tenant. And for this demo tenant, we have to create device profile as previously. We can eventually reuse an existing, device profile. As the device profile are created by label, and we have multiple devices without a label, it does not propose to create a new OTAA profile. In case you would like to have another OTAA device, we can change this a bit. During the migration process, never use back feature of the browser if you want to go to previous part, or we're gonna get an error message, so you can cancel migration and you're back at the previous page. What I want to do is here, it's a more complex demo as I explained. It's specific case as we have a multiple device with no label, so sometimes it's better to prepare your legacy devices to add some label if you want to have different profiles. And here what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rename in fact this one to being able to create a new one. So let's name in 1. Okay, and so now I can go back on my migration process, put my key, connect, select that I want no label, I select this, I want to have an integration, which is integration 2, I select it, I have no decoding function, and here we are. So I can select a tenant, and now as we don't have a profile with the name no label, it proposed me to create a new one. So I select the OU868. Why having different device profile for this migration and not reuse the same one is simple. The device profile defines the device configuration, but it also defines the decoding function. So if later we want to have different decoding function for device 1 and device 2, you need to have different device profile for this. So that's why I made the change. Now we can deploy this device in an existing application, but as the application is containing the integration configuration, and in this device too, what is different from the previous one is the integration. We basically need to have a new application. So I create a new application. It's application 2. So we're going to select application 2. We select it. We go for migration, and you already seen that. So we select for device. The region should be automatically set up if your device has been emitting previously. And now we can select the device we want to migrate and execute it. The migration has been a success. So now we can watch the result. If we go in Chirpstack, in application, so you see that in device profile we have our new device profiles that has been created, and in application we have our application 2, and in application 2 we have an integration, and the integration is HTTP and has been set up. The integration is set up to a specific URL which is a forwarder. It's an internal component that allows to recreate the Helium Legacy payload. So basically your previous backend should process the same data going out of Chirpstack. We cannot certify that it's 100% compatible, and for this reason it's really important to migrate 1 or 2 devices of your fleets, testing that everything is working well end to end before migrating all your fleets. The configuration of the integration is made with different parameters, like here the endpoint which is targeted. Here it's foobar because it's what we had in the legacy console. Okay, can just check that as it's a bit strange. So integration 2, my integration setup was HTTPS foobar. It was a post and we had no header, and basically it's what we get it: no header, foobar, and HTTPS basically, and a post. We are supporting migration of HTTP and MQTT integration. The other integration existing in the Helium Legacy are not supported. Some of the Helium Legacy integration are basically HTTP integration. It's the case, for example, of Tago.io, maybe some others. Then these one are working because they are HTTP compatible. So make sure your integration is correctly working after migration. We cannot guarantee anything on this. So the integration has been made, and if you need documentation about the integration, you can go on burger menu and go to documentation, where you're gonna have all the detail on how to set up your integration for HTTP and MQTT, with getting the legacy payload reported. You can also use the existing Chirpstack integration for sure if you have a need. Let me check that. So MQTT here must not be used, as this where to use MQTT is not the one we can use with a Chirpstack Helium. You have to follow the documentation, and it's passed through an HTTP integration with specific parameter. But the other standard integration like AWS SNS, Azure Service Bus, GCP PubSub, or FTTT, and others are working. And you should take a look to the Chirpstack community documentation on the way to configure them. Now we can see that all devices, Demo 2, has been migrated and is ready for being used. As the previous time, if we take a look to our device, Demo 2 has been disabled in the legacy console, but is not deleted in case you need to make a rollback. If you need to make a rollback, don't forget to disable or to remove the device in Chirpstack, otherwise it's gonna create a conflict. You can delete the device, or you can simply in configuration you can simply disable the device. Now we are going to move to the third demonstration of migration, which is a more complex case where we have a decoder and an integration and multiple devices to Migrate. This is going to be part of a third video of this series.